excited to meet you, to connect with you. How are you? How are you? Honestly, all of you nurses who are subscribed to this channel, you are my heroes. I really applaud you. Thank you so much for remaining subscribed. I know sometimes I disappear, but it's because I've been doing a lot of travel nurse contracts, and that keeps you a lot in the hospital. And if you're not careful, you may neglect your audience. But I'm trying to spend as less time as possible in the hospital and more time with you. My people from Kenya, nimeingia bana. Mnasemaje? Na kama wewe ni mtu wa kutoka Mrima, si uandike hapo kwa comment section useme Morima, ndo nijue unatoka Morima. Philippines, maganda omaga. Maganda ngabi. Nice to connect with you again, my people from the islands of the Philippines. By the way, Nigerians, Ghanaians, you people have really supported me a lot on this channel. Ubochioma, my people. Mbwedema. Uganda, my own people. Banyawo ne bassebo nsanyusa obbalaba. Kandi wabano oluga kuri yomba nyankore niwe nakwakira munonga. People from the beloved country of Zambia. Muli bwanji. I hope muli bueno. Zambia, Zimbabwe. If you know, teach me how to greet in your language. If you are subscribed to this channel, just drop for me your greetings in your mother language so that I can make an effort to learn how to greet you next time. Thank you so much. So I know many of you are in the process. You are here because you are in the process of coming to the United States, and I'm making this video because I know many of you are discouraged because of the speed, the sluggishness at which the visas are being issued. You know, there isn't enough speed. Probably you don't see a lot of progress on your case. I'm here just to, update you about a few issues. Some of these things are a little bit bad, I have a little bit of bad news here and there. I'm going to explain to you some of the negative things that have been ongoing in the process of immigration to the United States. But I also have some good news. So all I'm here to say is that you may find yourself in a tunnel today, but I'm here to say there is light at the end of the tunnel. Alright guys, like I said, there has been some things that are ongoing in the system of immigration to the United States that are not very favorable. One of the things is the recent outbreak of the Ebola virus. Countries affected include Uganda, include the Democratic Republic of Congo. So if you are someone who is applying from these countries, just know that you may take longer to receive an interview date because they don't, they are trying to make sure that the virus does not spread. So that may delay you a little bit. I remember those days when we had to wait, when all airports were closed, when no embassy was open, those days of the COVID-19. I wanted to go to South Africa, take my NCLEX, but I couldn't go because of that problem. The issue that is ongoing right now is immigrant visa restrictions and bans. The current administration has put ban and restrictions on visa issuance on countries, about 75 countries, and these include Afghanistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Uganda, just to mention a few. Now that means that getting a visa, an immigrant visa when you are from these countries is not as easy as it used to be. So that's an issue that is on the way right now. So the situation is not that very encouraging right now. And also some embassies are actually closing down completely, especially those embassies where there is a lot of, those embassies in countries where there is a lot of terrorist activity, and many more. The current government is suggesting to close even some more of the embassies, and I hope that your embassy will not be affected, so that you can make your way here, get your interview appointment, and get your visa. There is a lot of backlog. Now when I talk about backlog, it means that if you are to start your American journey right now, like start the process right now, it means that you have to take a long time, because there is a long line before you. That is what we call a backlog. Now some people have been waiting since like 2022, others have been waiting since 2023, 2024. All those people are still there. So it means that it will just take slightly longer time. But you see that the immigration situation right now is very fluid. Things are unclear. Tomorrow there is this, today there is this, tomorrow there is that. And generally this administration is not pro-immigration. But even so, there is still a lot of good news to it. And personally, I wouldn't encourage you to stop pursuing your American dream. I would, in my language, we say opportunity knocks on the door of that person who is prepared. So get prepared, and so that by the time better policies come, you are somewhere on a good spot. So let me come back shortly and I give you a lot of good news to the side. Let me come back. Hey guys, this excites me to talk about. First of all, let us talk about the multiple lawsuits that are ongoing. You know, when the president says that I have put ban on immigrant visas from these following countries, you know, many lawyers and attorneys have come up to challenge these policies. And they have several reasons, and I'm going to take you through some of those reasons. One of the reasons actually is that according to the American immigration law, a visa is issued to someone basing on their merit. In other words, visas are issued on individual basis, not on a country basis. For example, you cannot say a whole country like Nigeria is bad, because the reason the president is putting ban on immigrant visas to people from these countries is that once people come from these countries, these particular countries, when they come here, they don't work, they end up being a public charge. The Americans pay for their food, they pay for their health care. They become a public nuisance. But not everyone from Nigeria or Uganda comes here and becomes a public nuisance. At least I'm not one of them. Yeah, but that's the logic behind the president's action. However, the attorneys are saying no. You cannot generalize a country because one individual came out and they became a problem. Yeah, so we will see if that goes on. But again, the other issue the attorneys are raising is that there was no administrative procedures. We didn't see the Congress. We didn't see the Senate sit down and make these policies. It's just the president is, president wakes up one day and says, I think someone from this country, I feel like denying a visa from some people from this particular country. And so there should be administrative procedure for such executive orders to come about. There should be kind of a forewarning. At least there should be prior notes. But all this was not there. It's just abrupt rules, abrupt policies. And the attorneys are saying that's not appropriate. But the third and most important reason is that the attorneys are saying these policies violate and are not in harmony with the Fifth Amendment. According to the American immigration law, the law of immigration must be non-discriminatory. It should not discriminate people on the basis of nationality, gender, race, or any other sect. So these attorneys are saying these policies, these immigration policies, seem to be not in harmony with the Fifth Amendment. So let's hope that the attorneys go ahead and they can challenge these policies in court, and that the judges are going to judge very well, and that these policies are overturned so that many of you nurses who are abroad can still come here to the United States. Now, the other good news I have for you is that immigrant visas are still being issued. Right now, people are getting visas. Just the other day, my former classmate called me and told me he arrived here a few weeks ago and he's doing his orientation in Florida. My classmate from Kenya. Yeah, and I have talked to my former student today, and she said her agency, her employer, has filed her I-140. So that means the process is still ongoing. And people are still coming into the United States. People are getting visas. So it shouldn't be a situation to scare you. I mean, the process likely is slower than how it used to be, but visas are still being issued. Good news number 3 is that these are just administrative policies. These are not law. For a law to be passed in the United States, it passes through a lot of stages for it to become law. And administrative policies and executive orders can be overturned. They can be challenged in court. So we hope that at any time soon, fingers crossed, that these policies are going to be challenged and nurses are going to come into the United States. Number 4 is that the administration is not permanent. The next president may be a Democrat, and the Democrats may have a different immigration policy altogether. And we pray that that policy will be pro-immigration so that there is expedition of movement of nurses into the United States. And the other good news that I have, this is so good. Right now there is a bill that has been introduced into the Congress. This is by a representative known as, this representative is known as Bear Donald, has represented what we call the Nurse Visa Act. So very soon it might become law in the United States that once someone wants to come into this country as a nurse, they are moved very fast. It's a matter of days or few months that person is here. But to be realistic, the bill has just been introduced, and in the United States, for something to become law, from a bill to a law, right now it has been introduced. It's going to go into the House of Representatives. It's going to be passed into the Senate. If it is passed by the Senate, then it will go to the president to sign it, and then it will officially become law. So I'm going to follow this bill very keenly, and I'll be updating you about its progress. Guys, the other good news is that right now it's easier because there are more NCLEX centers in Africa. Remember, nurses from Africa, we never used to have an NCLEX centers. Remember when many of you used to travel to India to take your NCLEX? Now, we were lucky we got one in South Africa where many of us went. But right now, we have an NCLEX center in Kenya. So that means that you have many options. You have an option of going to South Africa, to Kenya, or to India. So that shouldn't be a barrier anymore. And, you know, there is suggestion that another one should be created in Nigeria because we have so many of nurses coming from Ghana and Nigeria. And guys, there are multiple employers, which we call recruitment agencies right now in the United States. All of them are looking for you. So once you pass that NCLEX, once you have that bachelor's degree in nursing, that diploma in nursing, you are a hot cake. Some employer is looking for you to bring you to the United States to pay you. All right, guys. What is my conclusion here? My conclusion is that you shouldn't give up on your American dream. Keep working hard. If you haven't started the NCLEX, start preparing. Read. Go to the test center. Take that NCLEX. Look for an employer. Let them file for your immigrant visa. And then you will make it to the United States. By the way, I usually tell people that it's better that you do something that your future self, that it's better that you do something that your future self will thank you for. So if you start the process right now, maybe in 2 years' time, you will be called at the embassy to take your interview. Maybe in 5 years, even if it is 5 years, because if you come here, in 1 year, that salary you earn in 1 year, maybe $100,000, maybe even if it is $70,000, that is an amount of money that some of you may not earn in 10 years in your countries at that job where you are working right now. So by the time you spend here 4 years, it is a blessing of a lifetime. So I still tell people it is worth it. Don't give up. Work on your process and come here. Many people are still coming. If you have any questions, just comment the question. Leave the question in the comment section and I'll be able to answer it. If you look in all my videos, I usually answer people's questions. And if you come here, Bwana, if you come here, remember to tell me the good news. Some of you, when you come here, now you keep quiet. You've been disturbing me on WhatsApp. But when you land here, you are like, Bosco, to hell with you. Have a good time, guys. Let's see each other in the next video. Bye-bye for now.